Much. It's good to be with you today. And I just want to tell you that one of the things that pleases me so much, Brian and Tom, is the environment that is now present at the Columbus Zoo. The leadership that is here, the way we have turned to a positive future, and this levee represents everything that that's about. When Susan and I moved here from Cleveland, Ohio, 39 years ago, one of the things that we were looking for in the home that we would settle in was being close to the zoo. We were zoo people, and had a growing family, and we wanted to be part of the vibrant community that is at the zoo. So we landed in northern part of Columbus and the Worthington schools, and we loved all of the time we had bringing our 4 children and now 9 grandchildren to the zoo. The zoo is near and dear to our hearts, but guess what? We just represent a family that is among hundreds of thousands of families across the country, but particularly here in Central Ohio, and millions of people that would say the same thing. So there's nothing unique about saying that. But I will tell you this, that this place inspires. It's not just about getting here, getting through the gate and enjoying the time. It's inspirational. It's a thriving and vibrant place. And it has the deepest values of any place in our community by emphasizing our need to stay connected to the ecosystems and the creatures of this earth who are part of our family here. Here they are behind us, right? This is a great setting. So I think what the Columbus Zoo represents is the best of Columbus. It represents the best of Central Ohio. So this levee makes tremendous sense because it will continue the best in all that we are and all that we do. The care of creation and social responsibility is central to every religious faith there is, central to the belief that we are put here to care for all of creation. And as I like to say, and acknowledge that creation is caring for us as well. So our stewardship only is a reflection of the values that all of the earth has to care for us. Has anyone paid attention that the earth actually wants to take care of us and calls us to be in relationship with it and all of its creatures? So the passage of this levee focuses not just on this sacred trust and not just on the responsibility that we have, but also on a future investment. We're paying forward so that this zoo is here for the future as well. This shining light in the hills of Central Ohio, there's got to be a hill here somewhere, but this shining light in the hills of Central Ohio represents the best. I'll end with this story. I was here a couple of weeks ago with 3 of my grandchildren. We have 9 grandchildren now. 3 of them were here with me from northern Ohio. And we stopped at the okapi exhibition. The okapi is my favorite animal in the zoo, and it has been forever and ever. So I start telling them this story. I said, there's a myth, and actually a story that comes from Africa of the okapi being what God did with all of the body parts that were left over and put together this creature. And beside us is a 10-year-old girl who taps me on the shoulder, and I turn over and she said, I just looked this up as I heard you talking. That's not actually true. And I said, oh, and she said, I just looked it up, and on AI it says that's something people have made up recently, and you're probably one of them. So I said, okay. I said, what else does it say? And he said, well, the okapi is known as the African unicorn. And I said, did that come from the Mabuti people? And she said, oh, no, that was a Western idea. So it's like, so she's schooling me in the okapi as I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. And it made me realize that that's what this is all about. All of us who end up here are learning from the generation that is coming up. They're teaching us, right? And they will be the teachers of the next generation. And 100 years from now, there will be another creature who will have another story wrapped around it, who we didn't know existed today. And that creature will be in the Columbus Zoo. And the generations that have come after us will be able to celebrate that presence because we did this, because we stepped up and renewed the zoo by voting yes on 2. So I encourage everybody to get behind this campaign, spread the word, to whatever community you're in. Get out and vote. Get out and vote on November 4th. Thank you very much.